One of the joys of a kid's movie like this is you watch it maybe when you're a kid. If you watch when you're an adult, it's better. But there's something really fun about watching a movie when you're a kid and then getting older and suddenly realizing there's a whole lot of jokes that went right over my head. Mr. Peabody and Sherman is a new animated movie from the director of The Lion King. And it's based on an old Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoon about Mr. Peabody, who's this dog who's just like basically perfect at everything. He's like a super genius, and he's just devoted his time to learning cultures and perfecting everything that he possibly can. And one of those is time travel, and he adopts this young boy Sherman. Basically they go back in time, and he kind of uses that as a way to kind of teach him about history. And I mean, if you're going to learn history, that's probably the best way to do it. And time travel movies, that's a genre that I love. You know, Back to the Future, Looper, both of which are on my wall. So, you know, I don't care if maybe, time travel movies, some people just hate them because it opens up so many paradoxes and plot holes and just convoluted messes of just how is this possible and stuff. But you know what, it's never bothered me. Even in a kid's movie, it shouldn't bother me even more because it's a kid's movie mostly, even though there is a lot of jokes adults will get and the kids won't. The time travel, okay, it makes sense. Is there a couple convolutions or paradoxes and just stuff that might not make sense? Possibly. I don't care. You know what? I go with it. I go with the time travel because it's so much fun. It's so cool. And what made me really laugh the first time is some of the stuff they went back in time to see is stuff I'm learning about now, like the French Revolution. It's like, yeah, I was talking about that, and then the next day I see it in this movie. It's like, awesome. And that's just a funny coincidence, but it's cool to go see them go back in time and just like, okay, here's how this event went, and it's a lot more humorous and stuff and kind of wild crazy out there than before. And that's kind of the fun of this movie, is seeing history interpreted a certain way with different implications of how stuff happened. And that's good for kids too, because I mean, if you're going to teach them about history, this would be a clever way to do so. And I think it's pretty clever on the filmmaker's part, but it's also a really fun movie, a lot of good jokes. And yeah, a lot of good adult jokes that kids just won't get. Movies like Shrek, the original Toy Story, just jokes that I watched the movies when I was so little, and then it took me till I was 15, 16. I was like, hey, I get that. That's just there's something so fun about those kind of movies. But the main point of the story is that Sherman, this girl he meets at school under circumstances I won't discuss, they end up going back in time and kind of messing things up a little, so that Mr. Peabody and Sherman kind of have to go back in time and try to fix stuff, and they're bouncing all around history, and it's so much fun. It's such a cool little animated movie. I loved it, and it came out of nowhere. It was a surprise to me. I had no idea what this movie's about at all. Oh yeah, I actually forgot to mention who acts in this. Ty Burrell, Max Charles, Stephen Colbert, Leslie Mann, and Ariel Winter. Forgot the actors. Sorry, I was just... For sometimes animated movie, I just forgot. Because you know what? They're animated characters. I don't see actors because it's literally animation. I just see the characters a lot easier. And Rob Minkoff, the director who made The Lion King, one of my favorite movies of all time. Give me a second. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Classic VHS. I need to get the Blu-ray eventually. But yeah, and does this movie hold up to The Lion King? No, because The Lion King is a masterpiece that is very hard to outdo. It's like up there, one of the top animated movies of all time. But is Mr. Peabody and Sherman a total fun ride? Absolutely. I really enjoyed it. I mean, there's a little bit of the characters, like sometimes they do things that are a little dumb. And there's like a character, okay, yeah, this is the pure evil person that's just, okay, completely evil. Why? Who the hell knows? But you know, most of the characters, Sherman, he's really likable. The girl, Penny, that they hang out with, her character's kind of a little over the place. Like, she's changing throughout the movie. And it's kind of just like, okay, she's this, and now she's that. Go with it. But Mr. Peabody, he was really entertaining to me as just kind of just really smart guy that's good at everything. He's making bad puns all the time. Stuff. He's just, I really enjoyed Mr. Peabody as a character, and he was fun to watch, and Sherman, I liked him too. Them together were a lot of fun, and this movie was overall really entertaining. I'd give Mr. Peabody and Sherman a B+. The movie was just consistently entertaining and funny. It just kept making me laugh, and so, even though it's not like an amazing movie like Disney or Pixar might be cranking out, that it's like, oh yeah, that's the Oscar winner of the year, it's still just overly entertaining, and I never really got bored or anything. I just really enjoyed it the whole time. So comment below and tell me what you thought of Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and also tell me what's your favorite time travel movie. Mine would be Looper or Back to the Future. Those are two that, they're not quite airtight, you know. Time travel, like I said, paradoxes and all that crap, but you know what, who cares, because as far as time travel movies go, those do it the best. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys later.